Good morning, you guys. I want to start off and jump right into it. This is week 9 of the year. This year is already rolling by. I didn't feel like it's still Christmas and the holidays, but we are already on the cusp of being in March, which is crazy. So this is the tail end of Q1, and I want to first start off by saying congratulations to our new regional sales manager, Oriana Reyes, who well deservedly has been moved from a temporary position into a full-time position as the regional sales manager of our offices north of RGV. Congratulations, Oriana. That is awesome. So excited to be working with you. A couple big things that we have coming up. First, we obviously had our big launch of Magnolia last week. This week, we've got a couple of big things, starting off with the launch of our new RGV office. Everybody's been moved in there. The call center is operating out of there, and we've already had an amazing week. Now that we're right off of the freeway, we have a lot of folks that are just walking in, and this is, I think, going to lead to a lot more sales. We should be able to move a lot more of our inventory that's been sitting out there for quite a while. So really, this next Saturday, in just a couple of days, we're going to be doing the official launch. We are anticipating we're going to have a lot of folks that will be looking to sign up for lots. So, be ready to move and let's get some folks signed up and let's make that a great weekend. We will be also offering a special deal, a one-day deal for anybody that comes in that day. We're going to be offering deposits of only $4.99. So that's a major jump, about 50% less than what we normally offer on our deposits, as long as those deposits are paid by Tuesday. So they have to be paid within 72 hours. But we're going to try and get as many folks aware of that. So if you've got referrals or leads that you've been talking to and they've been thinking about it, now is the time. Big thing that we're looking at accomplishing this year, and I want to make sure everybody's on the same line. We've talked individually in most cases, but keep in mind that for this year, 2024, we've got a lot of inventory. But going into 2025, the idea that the company has right now is to slow down the development of inventory because we have so much that's been sitting there. And if you guys want to have the opportunity of having new developments made, having new inventory for us to be pushing next year, we've got to accomplish a goal of hitting 50 lots per week. So this is going to require everyone, the new RGV office, San Antonio, Houston, what's going to be happening in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin with phases 5 and 6 coming up. Always remember that for us, we've got these huge waves that come through where we sell a lot in the opening of a new location, but we've got to really focus on referrals, focus on leads, and that brings me into the stat form that we're now filling out. A big piece of what we're going to be doing is tracking all of these items just to make sure that we're really accomplishing a lot in the process of seeing where you're at, seeing how much outbound effort that we're putting out to get stuff. And to kind of jump into that, I want to share with you one of your own, Jorge Jimenez, share with you some nuggets of knowledge as far as how to go out and bring in new business. He's probably the number one in our company right now at doing this. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jorge and let him teach us some of his keys to bringing in new business and getting them in the office.
My name's Jorge. I went to the University of Colorado for 2 years. Then I went to UT Austin. I was studying finance. What I like to do for fun, I like to go run. I have 2 dogs, so they keep me pretty occupied throughout the days. And I like to meet people. I like going anywhere where I can meet people. Networking events, that's a big one for me. But yeah, I was in the military 4 years, straight out of high school. After I got out, I went to college, moved back to Texas last year. I moved back to Texas, but I was living in Colorado. I have a house over there. And I've been with Cayetano since May of last year. I found them through Indeed. And I remember I had a meeting with Jamie, and the meeting went really good. They offered me the job that same day, so it was a blessing. And I really liked everything that Cayetano stands for, and to this day, it's a really great product.
Talk to me a little bit about what's working with you on the referral side. How did you generate some of your leads that have been really effective?
So as far as like generating leads, most of them come from referral partners. I feel like I solidify the relationship with them by making it more personal. I would take them out to lunch or coffee. I do that with mobile home dealer reps as well. I'll just take lunch for the whole team. I make them my friends. Yeah, it makes them trust me, and so they trust me to take care of their clients.
How are you starting that conversation and making that a warm connection?
Just walk in, introduce yourself, take some business cards. Cayetano has a bunch of marketing material that we can take to the mobile home reps. First step is introducing yourself, the company, who we are. You just ask them, oh, when is everyone around so I can bring you guys some cookies, some sandwiches or tacos. Tacos works a lot.
How often are you going in?
About once a week. I try to do once a week when I'm a little more busy, maybe once every 2 weeks. Especially the ones who constantly send people, I try to make my way to their office more often.
If they send you a referral, how do you work with that referral? What's your follow-up look like?
The first step is getting them into the office. The first step is getting them into the office. The first step is getting them into the office. Once they're in the office, we give them all the information. Then we schedule another appointment for them to come in. But I try to do my best to try and close them right there. A lot of the people that mobile home dealers send are already pre-approved. They're just looking for a place to put their mobile home. You really have to sell the land and yourself. You just have to show them the land and they're like, okay, I like that place.
Are you finding success with other leads?
A good chunk of leads that I can also get is from previous engaged leads here at the subdivision. We have a bunch of walk-ins who come in, get information, and then leave. So what I do is I reach out to them maybe like once every 2 weeks, just so that we're still fresh in their head and they can remember who I was. That's the main goal every time I speak to someone, is try to get them into the office, because once they're in the office, they're a little bit more agreeable to like purchasing a lot.
So there's a big benefit to actually getting them inside the door, inside the office,
Yes.
on the property.
Yes. Once they're in, we have a great product, so the product speaks for itself. And if they like you, then yeah,
Makes a big difference.
it makes a big difference.
What about follow-up for people that maybe they're not ready yet?
I keep notes on our software, on our lead software. I keep notes on them, and if it's somebody who can't right now but says that they're looking to sell their house within a month or two, then I'll set a reminder to text them in the month and ask them how everything's doing with the house. If they sold it, if they are going to sell it, or if they're not going to do that. So that's how I follow up with those leads.
What does a classic day for you look like?
So first thing in the morning, what I like to do is come in, I have a little routine, make some coffee, get situated, check my emails. I call and miss calls from the previous day or the previous 2 days. And again, try to get them into the office or send them information and then update them, put them into the software that we have, keeping track of leads. Then after that, I try to take care of some clerical work before lunch. So that would include scanning files that need to be recorded, scanning customer packets into the subdivision folders, or finishing out disclosures from the previous day. Then lunch, after lunch, typically is whenever we start getting more calls from customers. I found that 2:45 is when I get the most amount of calls from people. Between 2 and 3 is when people call. And if they're not calling, then I'll just be looking at the CRM and I'll call them.
How much time do you set aside, or do you have a goal for how much time you set aside for outbound calling?
In the morning, I do to call back. I set about an hour or two to call everyone back who I have missed calls from, or if they have like pending questions. In the afternoon, it's more come as it goes, because I do get some calls, and if I don't get a bunch of calls, then I work on like the clerical stuff with the files.
So why don't you introduce Diego?
So this is Diego. He is a sales associate assistant. The way that I found him was through his mom. So his mom and his family, they have about 4 lots here already. One of them's building a house on it already. They already put a mobile home there. And his mom is a huge help to me, because any customer that we have with like questions about permits or like the process through Harris County, what they need to get done before putting their mobile home, I send them to her because she's very knowledgeable with that. She's a builder herself. She sells mobile homes as well. So that's how I found Diego.
Diego, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Diego Covarrubias. I like meeting people as well, like him. But I don't really go out too much to places to meet people. I just go out to events that I like. I like trucks a lot. I have a truck of my own. And I have 4 dogs as well. And I like having them around. They keep me company at home when I'm at home. I'm going to school right now, to college, Lone Star College in Kingwood, studying for business management. I graduated high school in 2021.
Such great information. Jorge, great job. And again, great to also meet you, Diego, and have you guys as part of the Cayetano team. As we emphasized during that video, you could see that one of the key items that kept coming up was in the office, getting folks into the office and meeting with them face to face, whether it's a referral, a lead, somebody that walks in, getting them back in here, we're going to sell a lot more properties with people in the office than we will ever sell on the phone. So make sure to make that a major part of what you focus on going into this next week. So one last thing that we want to talk about, we are scheduling and looking to have our mid-year meeting. This is going to be the first one that Cayetano has done. This will be a sales meeting that we are going to be promoting for July 20th weekend. So I want to make sure that everybody looks at that weekend. And if you're available, it's not a mandatory meeting to be at, but we're going to have a lot of recognition. This is going to be a great time to meet everybody, and we would love to have you guys all together. We're looking to have this in South Texas, and there'll be awards that we'll be giving out, but really it's just a chance to kind of get together and probably do something at an area like Isla Blanca or something like that down in the South Padre area. So it should be a lot of fun, but we want to make sure that if you are interested in going, that weekend is available. So please work with Oriana, work with Gladys, and let us know as soon as possible whether or not that is a weekend that would work for you. So you guys have a great finish to the week. Looking forward to seeing everybody at the launch this weekend if you're going to be there, and have a great rest of the week.